Hey guys, welcome back to the studio. If you don't know me, my name is Leah, and today we are doing week 8 of The Artist's Way. If you don't know what The Artist's Way is, it's a book, a Bible as some would say, for artists, and it's been around for 30 years now, and it's supposed to get you unblocked if you feel blocked. And for me, it's been quite successful so far. So as I said, we are on week 8, and this week is all about strength. The interesting thing about this week is that by the end of last week, I was already intuitively doing the things that I was supposed to do for this week, which is great. It's nice when your body is just following the flow state of a process. And so what we're going to do this week is get up to as many different things as possible. In strength, the idea is to treat art like an athlete. That means after you do a big push day, you take it easy the next day, you make sure you're getting your rest in, but you're also treating it like training. And that's something that I've always talked about, is that I think that a lot of artists think that creating art comes from this like epiphany moment of needing to make art at that exact moment. But for me, I think that there is something to the amount of discipline that an artist has. And when you're making art, you need to treat it like you're doing a marathon training. This is how I felt for a long time, but it's really nice to actually see it in writing. So I'm just going to read that to you quick before we get started on everything else. An ongoing creative life closely resembles an athletic career. Strength is gained from consistency, not from dramatic sprints. A rule among many marathoners is 10 slow miles for every 1 fast. As a recovering creative, we must learn how to move gently through our creative shin splints. On the days when we feel strained muscles, battered, and ready to quit, give yourself a light day. Show up at your creative projects, but with very low expectations. Think of it as the spiritual equivalent of aerobic exercises. Even 20 minutes will be enough to maintain your soul by putting it into the target zone. By now, a great deal of recovery has happened, and ironically, the temptation to self-sabotage may be rearing ahead. Teaching the Artist's Way as a 12-week class, week 8 is where dropouts and rebellions most typically rear its head. Make a list of small, doable changes and execute those. Buy a new houseplant, polish your shoes, get new shoelaces for running shoes. Keep things simple and fill the form that you're in. Your rebellion will pass if you let yourself ride it out with tiny triumphs. So I am 100% feeling that way this week. I was feeling so burnt out after having a trip home, and trying to come back to it and get up to the speed that I was at before has been very challenging. And I've been simply tripping over myself trying to get the video out on time every single week. It's funny coming back to my life after only 2 weeks away. It felt like a lifetime, honestly, but getting back to it has taken just as long as the time I took off. Which is always the case, I think, for a longer vacation. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, I was doing so much before. Having a vacation was so nice. It's hard to ramp back up. But I do have a list of little things that I want to do this week, so we're going to do those while I talk over. I'm also going to take you on my artist date. When in doubt, my biggest recharge is spending time with animals. And yeah, we have Fang, but I would like to see more animals. Ever since I was little, animals have been one of my largest focus along with art. Both have always gone hand in hand. I'm surprised that I didn't become like a wildlife painter or something. I'm obsessed with cows, but also it's just great to be around animals when I'm feeling a little bit stressed. And this was the perfect day trip. We got to ride horses and feed all the animals in the barns. Being a city girl is one thing, but my life has been a lot slower here. But then taking it down to another level of barn level of slowness was just so amazing. Although it is extremely hot here still, it was so nice to get outside and, as I said, just be around nature and the animals. Also was sent this amazing photo sticker printer, which I'm really excited about. I have so many ideas for how to use it. So I want to give it a try today and see if I can figure out how to use it. Okay, so it comes with 18 sheets of 4x6 and 18 of 4x7. I kind of want to make a phone case is kind of my idea. I think it could be really fun. And then if it works, like I could definitely sell phone cases. I think could be cool. It would be like a phone sticker. So I just want to see if I can figure that out, I guess. So this is the Liene. It's a cutting and photo printer. So it can do die cut labels, which I think is very unique to other ones. I was literally about to buy this machine, like literally this exact one. And then they emailed me being like, hey, can we send you one? And I was like, absolutely. So I'm really, really excited to see like how I can improve my business with this. There's so many different ways that I can use it. Okay, so here's the sticker. It looks great. It's got this nice gloss to it. And it does come off really easily. Pretty good. Now I'm gonna take off my case and I'm gonna try to put it on this. So it looks about right. So, I mean, this looks pretty good. And I feel like if you had a clear case, this could like show through and be something that you change out kind of often. If you're someone that likes like different backs of a phone, it's definitely like a really fun thing. And now I'm kind of thinking maybe I should get a clear case, and that would be such a fun way to display some art on the back of my phone always. Also had ideas for doing like sticker sheets for like a monthly sticker sheet type thing. And I think that something of this size, like a 4x7, would actually work pretty well. I'm a huge sticker person. I know a lot of people are, and I know that a lot of artists do like art print of the month or postcard of the month. And I just feel like those wouldn't end up getting used as much as something like a sticker. Like sticker, it's like if you have a laptop, you can put one on every single month. On your water bottle, there's so many different places you can put them. So I wonder if trying out like a sticker sheet that people could get, or even using this as a way to print my own die cut stickers, because you could put like 4 or 5 on this and then have them be cut out and then have those sent to people. So it kind of opens my eyes to the idea. Okay, so here's the results. They look really good. I would say that this quality would not be good for like something like a water bottle perhaps. I feel like it might peel off, but they do look really good. Like I think that these are like really high quality glossy stickers. I feel like I should put the stickers on my sticker printer. In 2021, I submitted my art to Collective Arts, which is a local brewery in Hamilton, Ontario, just outside of Toronto, and I was accepted and had my first ever design on a beer can. It was very exciting because it was right when I was starting my career and I was so excited. They put out a call once or twice a year, but I try to make sure that I have a piece that I really think that will go with their brand. And so it happened again in 2023, where I was able to submit a piece and was successful again at getting it on a beer can design. So it's been 2 years since then. They were trying to figure out how to make the labels from plastic to paper so that they had less waste. But it seems like they didn't actually figure it out, I guess. So they did end up launching the labels for that one. And so my 2023 design is finally out in stores. So if you're in Canada and you go to one of the main liquor stores, you'll be able to find this there. I think in the States you can order it, and I think there's a couple other places, but it's pretty cool. They have my name on the can, and this is my piece called Alien Convenience. I do have an art print of it too, so it's really cool to see. And I haven't tried this one, but it's a micro pale ale, so it's only 2.9%, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's so cool to see in person. I really like the look of it. So keep your eyes open if you're ever in your liquor store. So this week I'm feeling a little bit rebellious. I don't really know what the right word is, but I'm going to go with rebellious, where I really want to do like a lot of different things. I am taking forever to make this video, honestly. This is going to be a time crunch if it gets out on time. I realized that instead of pushing myself into the direction of where I should be going, maybe it's worth taking the time and having patience with myself to see what I actually want to do. And so this week I've been just letting myself do whatever I want to do, and it's been quite interesting to see. I've made a couple of pieces with the camera off. I have been wanting to paint. I have been wanting to fix some things up in our house. So As I said in the last video too, I've been thinking about making my summer quilt, and I got all the fabrics out and was just looking at them, and it reminded me that I actually wanted to fix up the lampshades in here. A lot of them didn't work out, and I definitely need to get like some actual fabric for the lampshades, but I definitely have enough fabric here to start my quilt. So I think over the next couple weeks, I'll start cutting, which takes, you know, a long time. This is definitely something that I got obsessive with last time and I finished very quickly, but this one I think I can take my time on just because I've definitely missed the summer season. As I was rolling it, I realized I wasn't filming. I'm so sorry, but I basically just literally went like this and then wiped it down. I'm just making sure all those edges are nice and clean, but it looks really good. I'm really happy. And I do feel myself falling back in love with collage. So I feel like I was going through a time where I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's boring. But now I've been having a lot more fun with it. And a way of doing that I think has been great is limiting the resources that I have. So before I would go through like hundreds of papers and try to find the best thing. And I think now I've been taking my time to limiting the papers that I'm looking through. So having unlimited options sometimes is not that great, but I'm only looking through 1 or 2 magazines, maybe 4 absolute max. And even like with these piles, I feel like they're a little bit confusing because there's so much going on. But I find that that's been very limiting, and the limitingness has actually been helpful for creation. And I've also taken the pressure off. Like usually I really see every piece as like this like finite luxury good, I guess. And I'm trying to see them more as something I do for fun. I think too, I've been working on a little bit of a secret project, which I will tell you about a little bit later. But it's basically been taking up a lot of my time and I'm really excited for it, but I can't say anything yet, so I'm pissed. But yeah, this whole September, it's basically been a full-time job and it's going to continue to be till the end of September. But I'm really, really excited for it. Another exciting thing I have is next week I start an artist residency online, which I'm very excited about. It's hosted by the Collage Institute and it's about photography and collage, putting them together. So obviously I take photos, but I'm a little bit of an amateur photography person. I was very into photos growing up, and I also did it professionally for a couple years. I wouldn't really call it was professional, but the photos were not professional. You know, it's like event photography. It's not that great. But I'm really excited now to mix the two because I've never had that ability. But then when I saw that there was an artist residency where I could learn from other people, it kind of just stuck with me. And I decided to sign up, and it starts next week. And I had the idea originally of doing the concept of home and making your body a home was kind of the concept. This concept came from me moving countries and trying to find a home within me. But I was also thinking about my journal in university, and I kind of looked back through it. And I had this idea of what I was calling live collaging. And the idea is that you like hang things from the ceiling, for example, in front of you and behind you, and using mirrors and projectors to make collages that are in fact like real life. I'm going to wait for my first call to actually get started on it, but I just wanted to make sure that I have everything I need. And I'm really excited to start. Okay, so once again, I have some collages that unfortunately I made for you, but not on camera. Here's the first one. This one is kind of about, it was my birthday this week, and it was how I was kind of feeling sleepy during this time. Like usually it's such a hype energy time for me, but all I wanted to do is sleep and be lazy, and so that's what she's getting for her birthday. Thought that one was kind of fun. I then moved on to working on this one. So I feel like this is not done yet. There is some like water damage to the paper, so I was thinking of cutting it like this. But I still feel like there needs to be like another character, but I didn't find any with like this painting look. So I'm gonna have to, you know, look for something for that. And then this is the last one I made. I really like the contrast. I think it looks better scanned, so you'll see the contrast there, but I love the strawberry. I still have some strawberries left, so I might try to make something with that. And this guy was from this one, but kind of felt weird putting a little clothed person in. But I think this one's almost done.
Or I could just crop it and then it would feel like more finished.
Okay, so I think that's everything from me this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to go check out my website, flanzella.com, if you want to support me as an artist. If you've had some paper envy during this video, you can go check out my collage kits. They are full of vintage magazine papers, and I hope that you can purchase one and then make some of your own collage art. If you have any questions, leave them down below as always, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.